So I'm going to do Wednesday night's homework. And the first one says Patrick has 25 math problems for homework. He has completed 15 of them. Write 15/25 as a decimal. So this question is asking you to find an equivalent decimal for 15/25. And what I always like to do when I see a decimal that I'm not really familiar with is I want to see if I can simplify it. So I know that they both end in 5, so that they both are divisible by 5. So I'm going to divide the top and bottom by 5 first. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And now it comes out to 3/5, and that is a decimal that I know, and I know that we've practiced. So that is 6/10. If you didn't know that, you can also use the division that we have learned, but that's going to be more difficult. The next one says a bake sale sold 13, 20, 15, 21, 23, 14, and 24 cookies. Create a stem and leaf plot to display the data below. We've been working on stem and leaf plots in class the last couple of days, and I told you the first thing you always do with any set of data is you want to put it from least to greatest. So just looking here, I see 13 is the smallest. I'm going to cross that out. 14 is next. And I'm crossing out so that I know that I've brought that number down and I'm not duplicating it. Because when I was younger, I used to do that all the time. 23, and the last one is 24. So now that my data is in order, I'm going to create my stem and leaf plot, and it's just, as we've discussed, a T-chart. So my stems are all the numbers except for my ones place. So to help me, I like to circle my ones place. So then I know that whatever is left over is my stem. So I see 1, and with 1 there's a 3, a 4, and a 5. Now I see a new stem, so I'm going to bring it down, and with that I have a 1, a 3, and a 4. The next one says Mrs. Gaskin's class is going to a dino park. They raised $68 for the trip. Transportation costs $40. The park sells fossils for $4 each. How many fossils can the class buy? So right away I know this is a word problem, so I'm going to go back and try to find the important words. So I know that they raised $68. Transportation cost $40. So when something costs, that means you're paying for it, so you don't have that money anymore, so I know I'm going to do subtraction there. And then it says the park sells fossils for $4 each. And when I see that word each, I know that I'm either going to multiply or divide. And because I have a total amount already, I know I'm either going to subtract or divide. And when I see the division there, I'm going to circle it. So $68 minus 40 equals $28. And then I'm going to divide that $28 by $4. 4 goes into 28 perfectly 7 times, which is nice. And so they can buy 7 fossils. And the last question for tonight is, Elena eats 7/500th cup of oatmeal daily. How many will she eat in 15 days? So this is one of those, if you're having a hard time figuring out what you're supposed to do, you can visualize it. So if I'm looking at a cup every day for 15 days, I'm going to have 15 groups, and each group is going to have 0.75. And if you haven't noticed, that looks a lot like an array, and we have arrays in multiplication, so we will be multiplying. So we will have 0 and 7/500ths times 15. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. I'm going to mark them out and bring down 0 the hero to hold my place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 7 is 7. And 1 times 0 is 0. So we're going to add 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So the last thing I always have to do when I have a problem with decimals in it is I need to see how many decimal places there are. And again, I like to highlight or circle my decimal places. So I have 1, I have 2. So I'm going to bring my decimal over 2. So in 15 days, Elena will eat 11 and 2/2500 cups of oatmeal. It's a lot of oatmeal. Well, I hope this helps, and I will see you tomorrow for Friday night or Thursday night's homework.